Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the topic isolation of gene by shotgun cloning technique. So in recombinant DNA technology we are discussing the 3.2 and that is the isolation of gene by the word cloning technique. So in recombinant DNA technology first of all we identify the required gene or desired gene and isolate it. Now, after that, we make the multiple copies of that gene using the polymerase chain reaction, and that desired gene now it is introduced or inserted into the vector molecule. And after that, that recombinant DNA molecule which is formed, it will be that is inserted into the what host organism. And within this host organism, this gene will be identified, they will express themselves, and after that they will be cloned. This is the normal procedure how the what recombinant DNA technology works. And in that, you have to discuss the what this how you are able to get the what the desired DNA or the desired gene or gene of an interest. So the method for this, that is various methods are there, but among these the only shotgun technique is in our syllabus. So we'll discuss the isolation of the gene by the shotgun cloning. The DNA of an organism may contain few to thousands of the genes, and the problem therefore is to isolate the required gene from the entire DNA of the organism, and several methods are available for isolating a specific gene and cloning it. Once a clone of gene has been obtained, several different techniques can be applied to gain the information about the gene. And there are two basic strategies for obtaining for the clone of the desired gene. First one is a shotgun method, that is to produce the gene clone library. And what is this gene flow library? That is representing, this is the what? It is represented by all or most of the genes present in the cell and then isolating the desired clone. And the second strategy is the direct selection of the desired gene. And the selection is almost always made at the plating out stage. And we'll discuss now the shotgun technique or how the what the gene is isolated by the shotgun method. What is the shotgun? Cloning of all the genes is done. The production of gene library by the shotgun technique is done. The genomic library is what? It is a set of recombinant clones that contain all the DNA present in the genome of the organism. In simple language, what is it? All the genes which are present in an entire genome that forms or constitute the genomic library. Means within the genomic library, all the genes should be present at least once. It is often the starting point of gene isolation. The genomic library is oversampled, that is, it contains the equivalent of the several genomes, and this is ensure that all parts of genome are present at least once. Any desired gene can be isolated from the library study. And we'll discuss later on how this genomic library is established. And these genomic libraries of several bacterial, yeast, fungal, and plant species have been prepared. And a few genomic libraries are also exist for animal species. And advantage of these genomic libraries is that they can be maintained for several years and the copies can be exchanged between different research groups. The first step in making the genomic library is to extract and purify the total DNA from the cell. And this total DNA or entire DNA from the cell, it is subjected to action of the digestion of the what? The restriction endonuclease. and so that from that entire DNA molecule fragments will be formed, and these fragments then inserted into the suitable vectors to form the recombinant DNA, and this is then introduced into the what bacterial cells and cloned to produce the several copies. The genomic library is what? It is a collection of comprehensive DNA fragments representing the what? Entire genome of a species. The what? The chromosomal DNA or the DNA from the cell or entire DNA from the cell is isolated and it is subjected to action of restriction endonuclease, and so that we will get the what the gene fragments, and the gene fragments then mix with the what the suitable vector to form or to get the recombinant DNA molecule. And when you are getting the recombinant DNA molecule, that is introduced into the E. coli cell or the host cell, and then we'll get the recombinant DNA will be what introduced into the host cell, and cell will get transformed. So this is how the what the that the action of or for the what that genomic library is done, or the genomic library is a what it is a what the collection of comprehensive DNA fragment representing the entire genome. How it is formed? See, this is the what the entire genome. Say for example, this genome having the what this gene. This entire genome from the cell, it is subjected to action of the restriction endonuclease. We have cut it this with the restriction enzymes. And after that, these are the small fragments after the action of the restriction endonuclease. Along with that, the vector molecules are also cut with the same restriction endonuclease, and these vector molecules which are the linear one and these fragments of the DNA then mix with the plasmid that have been exposed to same restriction enzyme, and the DNA ligase is added. So that what will happen? This is the DNA of the what? The plasmid. This is also the DNA of the plasmid. This entire brown colored is the what DNA of the plasmid, and this colored structure or this is the DNA for the desired DNA or the DNA from the cell from which the what the gene we have to isolate. Means these are the fragments that we have cut with the help of the restriction enzyme, and these are the vector molecules that we have cut with the same restriction endonuclease. And after adding with the what that is a DNA ligase, you will get the such a molecule of the DNA, and these recombinant plasmids, these are called as a recombinant plasmid or recombinant DNA molecules. And this recombinant DNA molecule, this is the blue color structure, it is a what antibiotic resistant site which the plasmid having, and then these recombinant plasmids are mixed with the antibiotic sensitive bacterial cell like the E. coli cell. These E. coli cells are having the what? All these are the antibiotic sensitive cells, and some of them will uptake these plasmids and some will not. Here in these four diagrams, you can observe this is taken by this plasmid is taken by this plasmid is taken by this, and this plasmid is taken by this cell. And this cell has not taken the any type of the plasmid. Okay. So the what and all these are the what antibiotic resistant cells. Now these cells are cultured on such a media which having the antibiotic. Say for example, this is the ampicillin resistant site, and so that if this is ampicillin resistant site, then we have to add or mix the ampicillin in this culture media, and then you have to grow all these cells into this culture media. What will happen? Those cells which are having the plasmid, and this as this plasmid having the ampicillin resistant gene, they will survive. And those cells like these, they doesn't having the plasmid, and as these are the sensitive, what will happen, they will get die off. So this is a media containing antibiotic, and only those cells will survive which will having the antibiotic resistant gene, or which will having the what plasmid in them. The cells are then placed into antibiotic containing media, and those cells that took up the recombinant plasmid survive because they have antibiotic resistant gene. That is this blue gene, which is what the particular plasmid have. And the cells did not take up the plasmid. Those cells that doesn't having any plasmid, they will die off because they do not having the antibiotic resistant genes. Then afterwards, the survived cells, whatever the cells which are survived, the surviving cell that contains each respective plasmids, each that cell or the survived cell having the what respective plasmids, and these are replicated many times. These every plasmids or every cells, these having the plasmid are replicated many times to produce the colony of the plasmids, and this is also done on the culture media. And these plasmids, these are the what, the plasmids are then removed. Now the what we get, the what colony of this this is the what single, this is the colony of the first, then this is the colony of second, then this is the colony of third, and this is the colony of fourth. Now the what, the plasmids are then removed and degraded to isolate the individual genes. So these genes, then these are these genes, these are these genes, and these are these. So library of genes for the part, in this way, the library of the genes for the particular organism is formed. And this is the how the shotgun technique works, or the shotgun cloning works. So the what, if you observe the what, the how the DNA library is constructed, the genomic DNA is cut with a restriction enzyme that we have already discussed, or mechanically sheared, and genome fragments are inserted into the plasmid. See, we have cut this what entire DNA into the small fragments, and this is the what, and these short fragments of the DNA now ligated with the DNA ligase into the plasmid DNA. And these plasmid DNA are along with the what, uh, this DNA from the what whole, that is a what particular cell, or the from the host organism, from where we have to isolate that gene, that we have to recombine. This is the what recombinant DNA molecule. And this recombinant DNA molecule, after that we have to what introduced these all recombinant DNA molecule into the host cell, which are the what antibiotic resistant cells. And afterward, you have to culture it, or the or culture it on the what, that is a culture media with having the what antibiotic resistance. Finally, the individual bacterial colonies are grown to amplify the recombinant DNA, and these recombinant DNA are grown on a what, the culture media to amplify this. And the antibiotic like the what ampicillin is used to select the bacteria containing the plasmid. Why? Because this plasmid, we have selected here the what, the cell, that is a what, such a cells which are the antibiotic resistant. So when you are what, culturing all these cells, what will happen, those cells only having these what, the gene along with the plasmid will only survive. Other cell will what, that is a die. Only the ampicillin register, only those cells with having the plasmid, that will only survive, and other cell will get die off. That is how we are selecting the or identifying the what, that is a cells which have taken the what, the this such type of the recombinant DNA molecule in it. Then another method of selecting the plasmid, or whether the plasmid have inserted or not, it is the what white and the what, that is a blue, white and the what, that is a blue screening technique. where the you are using the what that is used, you are using the selectable marker or the gene in the bacteria, that is the beta galactosidase, or the what that is in lacoperon. We have discussed, you might be knowing the what that is a LAC-Z gene. That LAC-Z, it what expresses the what enzyme, that is what beta galactosidase enzyme. And the what this beta galacto means, whenever what this method, how you are using this, whatever the new gene or the desired gene you are introducing into the plasmid, you are introducing at this restriction site, means at the site where the what that is a beta galactosidase or the LAC-Z gene is there. That means you are destructing these what entire what these are inactivating this gene, that is the LAC-Z gene or the beta galactosidase gene, and in that place you are replacing the what, your new gene from that you have fragmented from the host cell, and now this gene is inserted here, and so that we have this is the foreign DNA, and this is the restriction site for foreign DNA, and we have inserted this foreign DNA, and we have inactivated the beta galactosidase gene. Here we use the beta-galactosidase gene, that is LAC-Z, as a selectable marker gene. LAC-Z gene expresses itself by producing the enzyme, that is a beta-galactosidase enzyme. When you are adding this foreign DNA into that, it will not express the beta-galactosidase enzyme. And so that in this case, the foreign DNA is restricted in the plasmid, which inactivates the what, the LAC-Z gene, and thus those cells which do not have the foreign DNA, those cells which doesn't having this foreign DNA will have these beta galactosidase gene or the LAC-Z gene as it is, and so that or intact, so that beta galactosidase gene will react with the substrate that is used in the culture media, and that substrate is a what, the X-gal. That X-gal substrate in the media, it will be converted into the blue color product, and these colonies will appear the blue in color. So where the what, the foreign DNA is not there, they will appear the what, those colonies without the foreign DNA will appear the blue. Whereas where we have deactivated the or inactivated the LAC-Z gene, at that place there will not be what, the this beta galactosidase enzyme will not be produced, and so that these those cells where foreign DNA is inserted inactive, so that what will happen, these colonies will not appear blue. Those where the foreign DNA is inserted, inactivation of the LAC-Z gene has occurred, and therefore beta galactosidase activity will be lost. And so that the substrate, that is a what, X-gal substrate will not be converted into the blue colored product, and colonies will appear as a what, white colored colonies. And these white color colonies are those which are having your foreign DNA. In this manner, you can what, separate or screen the colonies that are having our foreign DNA or not. So these are the common techniques or common methods for screening the colonies. Means first of all, what, we are cutting the what, the DNA, and then inserted into the what, the what, then we are ligated, cutting the DNA with the what, restriction endonuclease. With the same restriction endonuclease, we are cutting the vector molecule, then we are ligating both, and to get the what, the molecule that we called it as a recombinant DNA molecule. And this recombinant DNA molecule is now what, it is transferred or inserted into the host, such a host cell which are antibiotic resistant, so that you can what, screen the colonies which are those colonies which will develop on a such a media. These are the what, the that can be supposed to have the what, that is the particular type of the plasmid, or you can screen with the what, the what, this such type of the method, that is a what the blue and the white screening method. So after the what these colonies are screened whether they have foreign DNA or not. So in this way, this is the what these are the steps how we are that's making the what the DNA library or construction of the DNA library by the what that is a shotgun technique in by the what that is a by using the what that is a bacterial plasmid and the bacterium. Likewise, you can use the what construct the genomic library by using the viruses also by using the lambda phage. Generally, the what the genome of the lambda phage is 45 kb, and this 15 kb is the what that is a it is not use or the it is these genes these are now not what that is a vital use, or these are not for the what required for the survival. So we are isolating the genomic DNA from the virus, and you are cut into the what that is a that this is a what the genome from the what that is a virus, and what you are isolating these what you are cutting this with the help of the enzyme, that is a BAMH1 enzyme. You are cutting the what this out of 45 kb, you are cutting the 15 kb molecule from here, and we are inserting the what another 15 kb molecule here in the what instead of this, or by in the replacement of this 15 kb molecule. The genomic DNA from where the you have to isolate the gene, it is cut into the what the very small fragments, and these fragments are ligated with the what the genome of the what the this lambda phage, and so that this will be these are the what the cos sites which are present in the lambda phage, and these lambda phage, these are the cos sites. These are present at the terminal ends for what purpose? For the packaging. So that this from this cos to this cos, this will be the one fragment. Then from this another cos to one cos, this will be the one fragment. So these such molecule will be after ligation, the such a molecule will be formed which having the multiple number of the cos sites, and such type of the molecule it is called as a what the concatemer. And this concatemer after cleaving, after the first concatemer the cleaving, it will be inserted into the this phase molecule, then this will be going to the another phase, then this will be going to the another phase. Likewise, all these DNA are inserted into the phase, and this with the help of this phage, these phages or these recombinant phages, they now will infect the bacteria which are present on the culture. And likewise, what this is what the recombinant molecule that we have inserted. So such type of the what the genomic libraries can be constructed by using the what the lambda phage, as well as the what the bacterial cell, as well as the cosmids or the other yeast artificial chromosome. You can construct the genomic library, and so that what is the step important step for the what that is a gene isolation is what is the that is nothing but a what these are the steps of the gene isolation by the shotgun technique. So in shotgun technique, if you observe the shotgun technique, we are cleaving the DNA. Total DNA of organism is extracted, purified, and then subjected to action of restriction enzymes, broken down into many fragments, and such DNA is called as a foreign DNA. This is a foreign DNA that we are cutting into small pieces with the help of restriction nucleases, then or endonucleases. As X in figure, the restriction enzyme cuts the DNA at specific sites, leaving overlapping break with sticky ends, and these are shown in this figure x1, x2, x3, x4. Likewise, we are in last figure we have discussed it into what that is a color diagram, that is a 1 gene 2 gene 3 gene 4. And then next what happens, the outer membrane of E. coli bacteria is dissolved by detergent like liquid, and DNA is released. The plasmids are separated from the chromosomal DNA in an ultracentrifuge. This chromosomal DNA or this plasmid DNA is separated from the chromosomal DNA from the bacteria, and which cuts the plasmid ring by the action of the restriction endonuclease to form the linear form. And these linear plasmid DNA also have overlapping single-stranded cohesive ends. So this is a plasmid DNA, and this is a what the DNA that is a foreign DNA. We have cut both these DNAs with the same restriction endonuclease, that is the eco-R1, and this is also with the eco-R1, so that this eco-R1 it gives the cohesive ends or the sticky ends. After that we are mixing these all these fragments with this plasmid DNA, and each and every plasmid will combine with the X1, X2 and the X3 likewise. And after that the production of the what you will get the what recombinant DNA molecule. The foreign DNA fragments are mixed with a linear plasmid DNA. Random association between the two types of the DNA takes place by hydrogen bonding at cohesive ends. The foreign DNA is inserted into the plasmid DNA. Here the what this foreign DNA X1 it is inserted into the plasmid DNA X2, then plasmid DNA X3 along with the what that is a plasmid DNA likewise, and the resulting DNA is called as a chimeric DNA or plasmid chimera, or it is the recombinant DNA. And both linear and circular forms of plasmid DNA are joined to different combinations of fragments. And after that, these these are the chimeric DNA or recombinant DNA molecule. This is a plasmid DNA, and this is a what the DNA from the what that is a particular organism from where we have to isolate the gene. And this is the X1, that is X2, X3 that we have already discussed in the what that is a color diagram or colorful diagram. This is level Y, this is the X1, X2, X3, X4. And now these recombinant DNA molecule they have to insert it into the what such a host cell which are the what that is or the bacterial cell which are the sensitive to the what antibiotic. And so that the next step, that is what we are introducing these bacteria, these plasmids or chimeric DNA in a such a molecule which are what sensitive to the what that is a antibiotic resistance. And after that those cell will survive which are having the plasmid, other cell will not survive. And next to that we have to do the cloning of these cells, and the cloning of these cells is done. The transformation or uptake of DNA by the bacterial cell occurs. The chimeric or the recombinant DNA molecules are placed in a solution containing the cold calcium chloride and normal E. coli bacteria. On heating suddenly for 2 to 5 minutes at 42 degrees centigrade, the bacterial membrane it becomes permeable to these plasmid chimeras or recombinant plasmids which pass into the cell, and thus recombinant DNA plasmids are then taken up by these E. coli cells. And what happens next? The cloning of the bacterial cell. As these cells are sensitive to antibiotic resistance, those cells which are having the antibiotic resistant gene within the plasmid will survive, and those doesn't having the plasmid they will be eliminated out. The bacterial cells are sprayed on nutrient medium in petri dish. Each E. coli cell containing particular gene inserted into the plasmid grows by repeated binary fusion into colony. The individuals of each colony are derived from bacterial cell and hence genetically identical, and such individuals are called as a clones. And each colony contains individuals with specific segments of foreign DNA in their plasmids. And under favorable conditions, only single cell in 10 raised to power 5 to 10 raised to power 6 produces a transformed cell. Means transformation of the cell or chances of transforming the cell are very negligible or very less. These are the diagram where the what we have this cut the what that is an entire genome into the small fragments with the help of restriction endonuclease. Then plasmid is isolated from the bacterial cell. It is also subjected to action of the what the same restriction endonuclease, and then these fragments of DNA and the what these plasmid DNA or the linear plasmid DNA are mixed with the enzyme that is the DNA ligase. A random association between the what DNA these molecules or the fragments of DNA and the what the plasmid DNA, it will result in the formation of the what that is this recombinant DNA molecule, and this recombinant DNA molecule then it will be what that is a transfer to the what the such a bacterial cell or what such a host cell which is sensitive to the antibiotic, or which is not antibiotic resistant and which must be the sensitive to antibiotic, so that the transformation of this cell will occur, and whatever the cells which will be transformed these will be screened. First of all these cells have to screened by any method, we have discussed the two screening method, that is what antibiotic sensitive method, and another one is the what the white and the blue colony method. And after that these screened colonies are cloned, and after this the cloning is done. So the cloning of the bacterial cell to make the what that is a multiple copies. So this is the what these are the steps of the what the recombinant DNA, or these are the steps of the isolation of the gene of an interest by the what the shotgun technique. Here is the figure, that is a colorful figure showing the what that is the same thing. This is a donor DNA, that is a colored, and we are subjecting it to action of the what enzyme EcoR1, or that is a what having the what's the sticky end molecule. And again we are that cutting the vector molecule with the same EcoR1, and so that this EcoR, that is the DNA of the what plasmid molecule, and this is the DNA of plasmid molecule. This is the DNA from the what, or DNA fragment from the donor cell. And after that what this molecule which is formed, that is called as a recombinant DNA molecule. And now this recombinant DNA molecule is what it is inserted into the what the bacterial genome, and after that it is inserted into the bacterial genome, and next to this then this is transformation of the bacterial cell will be done. And next to that, after this our transformation of the cell will be done, and next to that the replication of the cell, and this the clones of the what that is the donor cells are formed. So this is the same, that is this is the clone genomes, and we are cutting it into the many fragments, and then these fragments are what that is inserted into the plasmid DNA. This is a shotgun technique, and this is entire genomic DNA that is segmented, or that is fragmented into the very small fragments, and these small fragments are now joined with the what the plasmid, and then these plasmids are what these plasmids afterward, these are the recombinant DNA, and these plasmid molecules then afterward they are released or introduced into the host cell like the bacterial cell, which are antibiotic sensitive. And then after that the proper screening is done, and after screening is done these are cloned for the what that is a particular these are cloned for the what that is to get the genomic libraries. This is how the construction of the genomic library is done. The isolated bacterial DNA, then DNA is cut into the what that is a small fragment, then these small fragments, and again the plasmid DNA is isolated. This plasmid is also cut with the same enzyme, and then these DNA molecules, then these are what the ligated with the enzyme, that is a DNA ligase, and after that these are what inserted into these, and after that these molecules are introduced into the host cell like the bacterial cell, and after that these when they are inserted into the bacteria, these colonies they are grown on a what that is a antibiotic resistant what antibiotic resistant media, antibiotic such a media having the what antibiotic uh, incorporated in that, and after that those cells will survive which are having the plasmid, because this plasmid having the antibiotic resistant gene, and then these colonies are screened, and for the what that is a introduced that is a desired DNA, and then they are what that is a make the cloned for the what that is a, then they are cloned, and this cloned these are used for the what that is the preparing the what the DNA, and that is a genomic library by the what isolation of genomic library by the what the shotgun technique. So this is regarding the what entire method or methodology of the shotgun technique. Remember well this in this shotgun technique what we are cutting this enzyme, or any DNA which we are isolating, that we are isolated the purified that, and then cutting with the restriction enzyme. Plasmid is also that is what separated, and it is cut with the same enzyme and then mixed with the DNA ligase. Then such a recombinant molecule will be formed. These recombinant molecule which are formed, then we have to subject the what that is a, we have to get the what such type of the what the antibiotic resistant say antibiotic sensitive cells. Then what we have to subject it at the what that is a particular suitable action at the what that is a 42-degree. It is subjected to the action of the what that the 2 to 5 minutes for the what that is a 42 degrees Celsius suddenly, and so that it will wall will become the what that is a porous, and after that these chimeric molecule will be introduced into the what host cell. So, and after that all these cells are transformed into the such a media which having the antibiotic, and after that next to this what the after that these will be the what these cells only survive having the what the vector molecule, and the surviving cell that contain the plasmid are replicated many times to get the what that is a clones, and then these clones are used to get the what that is a library or the genomic library. So this is the methodology or how the what the genomic library is prepared, or the how the what that is a genomic library is formed by the what isolation of the what the by the what the shotgun technique. Thank you.